Hello everybody, it's your old friends at Monday Madness and welcome to the latest exciting edition of SierraQuest, live from the bunkers. Quite appropriate this time actually, because we've gone all like post-apocalyptic and alien-invadey with Manhunter New York. Jonathan and Neil joining you as ever. And yeah, we've this is a bit left field for Sierra. First of all, there's not a quest in the name, which is highly unusual for them at this hour. And to be honest with you, I've got feelings about this game, Neil, as I mentioned to you beforehand.
Absolutely.
I will share them as this show goes on.
Yeah, I'd played this game, so I kind of left you to it.
Yes.
Because it's fucking terrible.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Your periodic mental breakdown updates on Facebook were just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I know. It's pity as well because like this is a pretty decent intro for 1988. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
The art's okay. The music's all right. If a little
doing
bit
the credit as graffiti there,
yeah.
Like that.
Clever. Just a shame that everything else about it is wrong. This will be a cautionary tale.
Floating eyeball there.
Yeah. So the story of this game is that Earth has been invaded by flying eyes.
They're the orbs.
They're the orbs, yes. And somehow, after about 2 years in like basically in submission to these floating like balls of vitriolic fluid, we're still somehow like subservient to them. Not only that, but a kind of a culture has developed where there are people that now work on the side of the orbs, and they're called manhunters. And the idea of it is that they're basically like, I think they're trying to go for Blade Runner vibes here, right? But not very
sort of. They're hunting down like initially what you're doing is you're hunting down members of a resistance cell.
Yes, exactly.
Because the orbs have forbidden anybody from speaking or communicating at all. And I think they're all in like they've all got tracking devices. So that's the orb telling us what to do.
Yeah, exactly. So we as
I like how a floating orb still I see as a fucking lift.
I know. That's the thing. Maybe I think that's just maybe trying to be like I don't know. Like light to us.
That guy's actually that's got a log at like the window level.
That's the same orb. Like he's actually he's just flown at that side. Maybe that's like the orb's entrance where it can just kind of float in from that side, and like the human entrance is like off camera. But as you can see, as Neil was saying, like basically because the orbs are in power, their way of like suppressing the human race is to get them all to wear Franciscan robes and have them work with laptops that at this year 2002 would be very out of date. But yeah, like the premise of the game is, as Neil was saying, we are going to track like members of a resistance.
We're off to hunt people of a resistance cell.
Yes.
This is quite good graphically for when you consider this was 1988.
Yeah. Like the premise is really good, and the gameplay of it is quite clever. But the problem with it is the gameplay. that's the central issue. And I'll share a few stories that didn't make the edit.
It is fucking terrible. Yeah,
it is. And it's a shame because there is a good idea here, and it like works in places, and in all the others they don't. But like I said, we'll get to that as the video goes on. And as I said, like the whole idea is that you kind of like this is kind of like your briefing, if you like. So you're seeing where this person has gone, and then you're going to retrace their steps and see what's going on. And in a way, like you're kind of picking up the story as it goes, where like things are happening after you get there, and with each kind of like day in this game, you're getting closer and closer to what's happening. But at that point, you'll have decided to side with the rebels, because that's the whole point of the game, is to say, okay, fuck this orb nonsense, I'm going to join the rebels. Even though for an indeterminate amount of time, I probably would have been killing rebels on behalf of the orbs. But today is the final straw. we've
exactly. It's your classic, double cross.
Exactly. Double cross.
So here we are. This is MAD. MAD is the computer interface that we use to sort of interact with people.
Yes, and so at the moment we have 3 places to go, which will be the church, the bar, and
The Flatbush Bar.
the Flatbush Bar, which is an unfortunate name at that. And of course, the hospital where this all started. So, we kind of like it's. I suppose it's kind of like customary to kind of go where they've gone, basically, maybe perhaps in that order. But I was relying on a walkthrough for this, and I'll be honest, the walkthrough was responsible for some of my shortcomings as well. It was not. It was not well communicated. I'll be honest. And believe me,
And
like I
here we
know.
have.
I know we've been using the walkthroughs to kind of speed these playthroughs up, but walkthrough is fucking essential for this game because you won't have a clue what's going on otherwise.
Yep. Also, another thing you'll probably notice is that that's a save. Furious saving. Yeah. You also notice that this game doesn't use a text parser.
No, it does not.
Rudimentary point and click.
And that's the first fault with the game because obviously with the arrow interface, it's doing what like most first person clickers will do. Then is like you'll have the arrows at the side or whatever it is to move. The issue with that is that it's not very consistent where the arrows are. So you'll always have to like point the arrow towards you if you want to go back. But in some areas, back is like half the screen. And that's a real kicker because what's happened a lot of times is when I'm saving, right? You'll hit enter, but enter is also used for menus. So.
Is he dead?
No, he's just the host of 2 little baby orbs. I mean,
you'll also notice as well that Sierra have made somewhat of a detraction from their usual family-friendly.
Yeah, this is where they've gone gritty and real.
Yeah. Incidentally, I think it's the first Sierra game that's not written by either Williams.
No, this is done by the. I think it was we saw it on the credits there. It was all like from like
the Barry Hunters. Yeah.
Barry Hunters and one of the sisters did the graphics. I think it was so. Yeah. I was actually fishing for a death there, but it took too long. Basically, that death I was aware of, where like if you stare at basically the orb's nest for so long, they just fly at you and eat your face, which is unfortunate at best. So we've got the toe tag off your man there and search for him, and turns out he was a manhunter. So yeah, we've been one of our colleagues has been exterminated, and we're supposed to feel really bad about that. So this is me getting used to the controls, and what I'm learning is that the clicking is sensitive, which comes into play several times during this playthrough. I love as well that the security robot is basically it's proud standing with like a massive like metal phalanx right between the legs. Like, I mean, if that's not going to ensure security, I don't know what is. So yeah, there's nothing to do about this hospital, but I kind of liked the orbs floating around screen. It's neat. Like there's some good things about this game, but god damn it, it goes south fairly quickly. This is me trying to figure out how to travel. And there we go. So yeah, that's the whole point of the game, is basically going around New York and going to all the locations we've been made aware of. And of course, if you're lacking locations, just follow the tracker again and see where he went.
Also, we should kind of point out that like this is point and click, but there is no mouse support.
Yes, exactly.
So you're using arrow keys to move the pointer.
Mm-hmm. That's true actually as well, because, well, in fairness with the mouse, I think it's because I was working off Scum VM, that is.
No, there is no mouse support. There never has been.
No, there hasn't been, but Scum VM kind of approximates mouse support when you're playing it. But yeah, it's like I said, it's an approximation. So we don't know what the crack with the church is just yet. We know they went in there, but we don't know why. So we'll kind of leave that for the minute. And then I think our next protocol is the bar, which is somehow the point where the game gets worse. And I can't believe it, because we're, as the video says, 10 minutes into the game. Which is really bad.
Furious saving.
If anything, it's not furious. It's just necessary saving. Um. So as you can see, this is one of the human bars where
It looks like a scene from fucking Discworld or something like that with all the robed and.
Yeah, just waiting for Rob Brydon to do a narration of something. Wondering.
You decided to play Halls, Walls, Balls, and Dolls.
Well, I tried to, but I got whisked away, as you'll see here. They don't like our kind around here. We don't know what the problem here is, but they just decided to take umbrage with us.
And now they're doing a conga line. Oh yeah,
we're doing that.
They're gonna throw knives at your hand now.
Yes, and that's our first bit of gameplay.
Yep.
Because we're now going to return the favor. So the knife is apparently too far away for the finger to count, so we just get thrown out. With a very whimsical music to go with it. Still though, we interfere with an orb, so, you know, wasn't all that bad.
This whole sequence seems somewhat out of kilter with the oppressive atmosphere that the game is very clearly trying to...
yeah, right? Like, we've just gone...
Oh, you got his finger. Shit. Nice.
He's not happy with that. And, yeah, this is our first death scene, lads. And it's a good one. There's our character.
Oh, you went full mountain on the Viper on you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, George R. R. Martin, I think someone from the Barry Brothers is going to sue you very, very soon. And that's the game over screen, by the way, is the Williams and whoever the other prick is staring at you going,
oh, it's the dev team slagging you off.
It's just them going, ha, you're really shit at this, you know? Has it ever told you that you're really bad at video games? It's a good thing we're not bad at video games.
Yeah, good thing we're not bad at making them. Oh, think you fucked it.
Oh,
yeah.
So thankfully they were thoughtful in some areas where you could just skip the deaths, just get on with the whole humiliation.
Get on with knifing a guy in the fingers as he crushes your head time and time again.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't have that same compassion for the rest of the game. Maybe this is their like freebie or something. So.
Way too far away.
Apparently so.
That's miles, man. Miles away.
I didn't see an offside flag. Level is on, lads. Come on. Nailed it. Nailed it.
Oh, yeah, got it, I think. Nice.
And now the unit is our friend, and he will allow us to play a video game in his presence. And look, all the other frat boys in the corner are just delighted themselves. They're going to start singing fucking Oasis now, just to really lighten the mood.
Now you're going to run away, because the guy has a knife.
No, they run away from us, apparently. What a misunderstanding that was. Alright. So Neil, what's your opinion on mazes in video games?
Well, this one in particular is quite bad because you can't touch the walls.
Indeed. You can't.
Or you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a lot of bollocks.
It is a lot of bollocks, but it's somehow like a double stack of bollocks, as we'll find out in a couple of minutes. This game has a lot more relevance than it deserves, unfortunately. I think the worst thing about it is that like your character like shape and like walk speed is just ever so slightly different when it's like lengthways and like sideways. So it's very hard to judge corners, you know. There's one corner in particular that's just that I just keep like bouncing off because it's just so hard to judge.
I think it's shite.
That's entirely possible as well, because this game was not kind to me at all. Like, I'm not even joking here when I say this could be the worst game I've played as part of this series, and that's including the game that we had to debug to complete.